Hey everyone, it's Amy with Dewdrops Photography. I'm so excited about showing you a couple of new edits that I've done recently for the exciting Black Friday special we have going on at Greater Than Gatsby. I'll be using the Newborn Collection 2, of course, for all my edits. And the first thing I'm going to do here is just grab my spot healing tool, and I'm going to take care of the little bumps that she has here. Nothing too major. Boop. And then I'm going to go to the blanket patchwork action. For that, I'm going to use my marquee tool. You can use the marquee tool or your lasso tool and just go to the area that you need to replace. A lot of newborn photographers will have to get rid of some of the clamps or something in the background that they want to get rid of, and it's just easier to do this instead of cloning. And there you go. And then I'm going to go to the Simple and Subtle foundation. It's going to give it a nice overall little smoothing. I'm going to take that down to about 50. So there's before and after. Then I'm going to go to my tone correctors, which newer photographers, that's our #1 thing, is we have to go and get the skin right. And she's just a little bit of red, so I'm going to use the reduced red splotches. I'm going to start at 50%, and you want to make sure you're just going over the red areas. And it also gives it a nice brightening all over too. And you can make your brush smaller or bigger just by hitting your bracket keys over to the right hand side of your keyboard. I'm also going to go to Go Away Gray because a lot of babies have little gray areas around their face. I just want to pop that real quick. And I bring my opacity down to 30 for that one. I'm going to go up here too. And then Command-Shift-E to flatten that. I'm going to, oh, hold on. If I've gone too far, I just go back and I hit X, and with my black brush, I'll just take that back off. It looks kind of too red right there. Go back to red, hit the white brush, take care of that real quick. All right, and then we'll go to Feature Enhancers. And what I do normally is 30% opacity with my brush, white brush. It's just do a nice little line across their eyelashes or their eyelids, just to make those pop out a little bit. There we go. And then rosy cheeks, I usually do at 30% opacity with my brush, and I will just give them a little, oh, that's too big, a little pop of color there on their cheeks. Her lips are already nice and rosy, so we don't have to do lips, but a lot of times I do the rosy lips in a very low opacity. I'll do 20%. But again, she's got really pink reddish lips, so I'm not going to mess with those too much. I'm going to go back to rosy cheeks and bring that down just a little bit. I don't want it to look too weird, too obvious. All right, so then I'm going to go down and have some fun with the organic tones. The Tummy Time is probably my favorite. There we go. I'm going to bring that little guy down to about 50. And there we go. Now, to me, it's a little too dark, so I will go to Underexposure Fix. And there we go. Bring that down just a smidge. There you go. Then I'm going to go up here to, actually I'm going to get my brush, so I'm going to hit Command-J, and my brush I'm going to set to 30%. I'm going to snag this color right here, and I have an Option, click, and you see down here where it sampled that color. Let me do it one more time, and then just make my brush kind of big and just kind of take care of that area right there, make it really blend in. Okay, and now I'm going to actually go over to my curves, and bring that up just a smidge too. It's a little too dark for me. Just straight up, take it in the middle and go straight up. Command Shift E. And most of the time I use rubber duck. I'm going back up to the organic tones. I got a rubber ducky. I use that a lot. It really warms up the whole image. She's already warmer, so I'm going to bring that down to about 30%. 30, that looks good. And also, what I do a lot is matte the edges, but I'm going to avoid that at this time because it's a blanket shot, but matte the edges is one of my favorite things. Just kind of ties everything in and just makes the focus on the baby. I think it looks good, but I'm going to bring it down just a little bit, 30%. Just kind of gives a little pop. You can also do a rich vignette. So you just run that, grab a color here, hit click. There we go. I love the way that looks too. I'm going to bring that down just a tiny bit more. And the last and final thing I'm going to do is get sharpened for print. And I'm going to bring that down to about 30%. And there you have it. So there's after, and there's before. All right, looks good. All right, thanks so much, guys.